This video is here to help you get answers to questions about how next Wednesday's final mock exam will work during lockdown. Most students' questions fall into three groups. How will this exam actually work, given that I'm at home without a printer, without a computer? What will the results mean? And what can or should I do between now and the exam? This video deals with the first of those questions. How on earth will this exam actually work? Well, it's quite simple. It'll appear in your Google Classroom in the Classwork tab 5 minutes before your exam time, so that's 10 in the morning or 6 in the evening. You'll then have to answer some simple questions about the environment in which you're sitting the exam and that you understand how it's confidential. And then a PDF document of your exam will be released to you, and you'll be able to read that perfectly fine on your phone or on your computer. No need to print it. How do you do the exam? Well, we find that most students prefer to do their maths on paper. Maths is difficult to write on a computer because of all the funny symbols and trying to lay out fractions, powers, algebra, and so on. If you do want to use what's called a PDF editor to write over the exam paper, then that's fine, and I'll talk a little bit about that at the end. You need to focus on during the exam making sure we know what question you're answering, showing your work neatly, and showing you're working. Now, it may be that during the exam you need some squared paper. Don't worry too much about that. We'll have emailed you a copy of squared paper if you do have access to a printer. If you don't, in most instances, it doesn't really matter. If you take this bar chart question, you don't really need squared paper to draw a bar chart. It's something you can perfectly neatly do on lined paper as long as you label things clearly. What are you going to need? On top of paper, you're going to need a pen, pencil, ruler, and calculator, and you can use your phone as a calculator. What you do not need, and don't worry about it, is a compass or protractor. No questions that need those. Now you can, in this exam, refer to your notes, refer to your textbook, but what we don't want you to do, we don't want you Googling questions directly. Won't really help you, and we'll have a pretty good idea whether you have. And we certainly don't want students colluding, working with one another, sharing answers, or having other people work for you. So when you've done your exam, submitting your work is just to see, all you've got to do is with your phone, take a photo of your work. But look carefully, we do not want to receive stuff like this. We do not want page after page after page, all in separate JPEG files with messy bits of paper and lots of photos of your desk and at funny angles. Very easy way around that, which is to use an app that puts everything together as one PDF file, and look how neatly the pages have been cropped to size. One app we use called CamScanner. There you can see each page is scanned in separately and has been cropped to size. Another app, very, very similar, tiny scanner. There it is, auto cropping that page. Once you've created your file using one of those apps, just email it to your teacher with the email title Final Mock Exam before the exam window closes, and then we can go off and mark it. Not often that we recommend two apps. Look, either will do. We've got students that have used both. Some get on better with one than the other, which is why we've mentioned them both. Very important though, you don't need to pay any money for these. Only use the free versions of each app. You shouldn't even need to give them an email address. Okay, just free version of the app will be absolutely fine. Now, I mentioned earlier on that some people might like to use a PDF editor. In Google Chrome, we tend to use the Cami PDF editor, which works really well, and students have got on nicely with that. Whichever PDF editor you're using on whatever platform, the important thing is make sure you've tried it out beforehand. so you're not trying out something new in an exam and hoping that it's going to work and then having a panic when it doesn't. Okay, so just give a try and run of that and send it to us and make sure that that all works okay. I hope that's answered some of your questions about how the exam will work in practice. If it hasn't, drop us an email, get back to your teacher. There are other videos coming on how the mock results will be used. So please work hard and good luck next Wednesday.